What a beautiful life.
All that I've got is all that I need. I got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life. Beautiful life. What a beautiful life. Listen, I woke up this morning, y'all. The sun was shining oh so brightly. I thought about how good this life is. Back in the day, it wasn't always like this. I think about the things we done been through. I think about the place that I come from. It wasn't always easy, so every day I'm thanking God for the beautiful people everywhere I go. I just need to see your smiling faces at my show. And when you're feeling real love from the family, every day is a gift, y'all, that's all I need.
What a beautiful life.
All that I've got is all that I need. I got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life. Beautiful life. What a beautiful life. Happiness, you know, it feels real good, y'all. For us to get it, then we gotta work hard, y'all. Every day. And don't pay attention to the things they say when they tell you that you can't make it, but you can if you try, y'all. When life is rough, I know sometimes you wanna cry, y'all. Just keep the faith and don't question. Ain't no need of stressing. Your life is still a blessing.
It's not about the cars, the money, or the clothes.
You can believe these things will only come and go, but when you're getting real love from everyone you meet, it's a blessing, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Today is November the 19th. It is 1 week, people, away from Thanksgiving, and you know it is going to get crazy because I have not shopped for a turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, nothing. I'm not even prepared. So guess what I'll be doing this weekend? So we have a full show today, and I just want to say, you see, I have this gorgeous flower arrangement up here. Okay, you know what? Seriously, you can't even tell me that these are somewhere close because, okay, really, people, it is only in the 20s today, and did y'all see the boots? Because it's boot season, y'all. All the shoes are gone. Now you're getting boots all winter season long. So get ready for, I'm going to have some hot boots on coming for Christmas. But these flowers are gorgeous. There's a little bit of spring. I'm bringing you a little bit of spring and summer. So hopefully the warm thoughts will keep you warm. But if not, it's hump day. So you can make your own heat. Not right now. Put your clothes on, sit up, or you can just lay back with a glass or a hot toddy, whatever you want to drink right now. And get ready for a great show today. I have two guests today. My first guest will be Jeff Markowitz, and in my second half hour it'll be Penny Clover Peterson. But I just wanted to say one thing. Now, I did not watch the Aaliyah movie. I've seen mixed reviews about it, so I don't know. So, you know what I want y'all to do? I want y'all to tweet to me at We Be Swangin'. And see the name up here, people, see that name right there? That's what my Twitter handle is. That's what the show Twitter handle is. So tweet me and let me know, should I watch the Aaliyah movie? I got it on DVR. It's all queued up. So when I go home today, I'm going to get a glass of wine, and I'm going to either I'm going to watch Aaliyah or I'm going to watch something else. But you are going to determine what my television viewing will be this afternoon. So right now, I have on the line with me Mr. Jeff Markowitz. Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Jeff Markowitz is actually with the same publisher that I am with, and he is the author of a dark comedic mystery thriller. Would that accurately describe Death in White Diamonds?
Yeah, I guess it does. It's funny. I always have difficulty describing it in terms of simple categories. It's really, in a lot of ways, a farce. It's a black comedy about a guy trying to dispose of a dead body. But I guess that it's somewhere between a mystery and thriller in terms of the way the industry likes to label the stuff that we write.
Well, and that's true because unlike me, who I'm just getting ready for work in the morning, but at 5:30, when I'm getting ready for work, Jeff is looking for dead bodies. I'm not quite sure if that's how he gets his inspiration, or is that how he just likes to start his day, because his big boy job, he is the founder and director of programs that provide services with adults with autism. So he does some great work in his community, because you are residents of New Jersey, correct?
Yes.
How cold is it up there? Is it cold like it is here in D.C.?
It is. It has just gotten really cold, which reminds me, frankly, how much I love the cold weather. I spent part of every winter up in the mountains in New Hampshire, and I'm starting to think again about it. It's time to start planning some time. Last winter, I took up dog sledding, and I had the chance to go out in the White Mountains in New Hampshire, where it was 20 below zero, and we spent a half a day with a team of 8 dogs making our way through the mountains. So I'm ready for cold.
No, now look at here, Jeff. Did you see the boots I had on? Now, first of all, people, these boots are not made to be in no snow, and they can handle cold winter, but that's about all they can handle. And 20 below, were you raised in cold weather? Like,
it was 20 below. In fact, the next day we went up to the tree line on Mount Washington. It was 40 below.
What? Okay, first of all, I'm cold right now. You done made me colder than what I'm already am. So I need to understand, what is the fascination? Oh, is that how you come up with your mystery thrillers? Because when you kill somebody in 40-degree below weather, I guess their body is just going to freeze automatically. So you don't have to worry about, things being smelly or stinky or whatever, because it takes a while for that to thaw out, correct?
Yes. Well, I used to, when I was younger, we'd go out in the extreme cold and really just be out there. These days, I will admit that when I'm done snowshoeing or dog sledding, I do go back to a nice warm condo with a nice hot tub and a nice glass of single malt scotch. and then it's very much about figuring out the next story I want to write. So it's not all, 40 below and crazy. Some of it is very warm and fuzzy.
Well, see, what I would do, Jeff, I would skip the 40 and below and just sit in the hot tub with the single, scotch, because that's about all I would be doing if it's this cold. Let me tell you something. It is only like just 28, 20, 30 degrees here, and it was all I could do. I was like, somebody had a cartoon on Facebook that it was Homer Simpson in the bed, and they described themselves as a cinnamon bun wrapped up. Yeah, that's all I could do to get up in the morning. If it was not for my dog needing to go to the bathroom, but trust and believe, on these last 2 days, he's been going out there by himself. I've been opening up the sliding glass door. I'm like, get out here. Get out. And he will go. It is even too cold for him to lift his leg, because he went out there and lifted his leg, put his leg back down, and came running back in the house. Didn't go to the bathroom all day. I can't do the cold. So tell us, you have more novels, correct?
Yes, I do. In addition to the new book that Intrigue is bringing out, that I'm obviously really excited about, I also have an Amateur Sleuth mystery series that currently has 3 books in the series. They all feature an amateur sleuth by the name of Cassie O'Malley.
Okay, and so the book Death in White Diamonds, this is a totally different novel from the 3 that you have previously published.
Right. It's a standalone book. It has nothing to do with the series, which was part of what made it really interesting for me, because after you've written a few books in the series, there are a certain set of expectations about what the next book's supposed to be like. There's only certain things you can do and still be true to the characters and the premise that your readers have come to expect. And I really was looking forward to doing something where there were no rules, there were no expectations. I could let the story go where it wanted to go and not have to deal with the fact that the story wanted to go in a direction that wouldn't have been valid in the series, because the series, as I say, comes with a certain set of expectations.
Right. Now, so for your novel, Death in White Diamonds, do you see that being a series, or is that just going to be a one and done and you're going to move on to the next mystery thriller?
Well, I don't see it as a continuing series in the sense of continuing characters. I don't plan on writing another book about any of the characters that are in Death in White Diamonds. But I do have some thoughts about a series that has a certain thematic thread that runs through them, that revolve around in that notion that you laughed about finding the dead body.
Okay.
That in a lot of ways, what Death in White Diamonds is about is how this character's life is changed, and in his case changed very much for the bad, when he finds his girlfriend's dead body.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about the possibility of a series that all revolve around that thematic idea about how the survivor's life is changed, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, when they come upon the dead body.
Mm-hmm.
What that does to the living.
Okay.
So then I'm toying with something along those lines right now, but it won't be continuing characters.
Okay. So this book releases on what date?
I'm sorry, what was that?
When does Death in White Diamonds release?
The official release date is December 15th, but we're actually launching the book 10 days before that with a launch party and book signing at the Mysterious Bookshop in New York City.
Okay, so for all those people in New York City, Jeff Markowitz you're going to be signing some books that night at the Mysterious Bookshop, correct? Yes. And I already know, and hopefully she's watching today, Paula is going to be there. We met her you met her at the Creatures, Crime, and Creativity conference, so I know she's very excited about the book coming out. And I know that as of yesterday, I believe, it is now available on Amazon for pre-orders.
It's available on Amazon for pre-order. It's available on Barnes & Noble for pre-order. And as of today, as of actually just a few hours ago, if you can't get to New York City and you want a signed copy, and you don't want to wait for me to figure out where else I may travel to in the next few months, the Mysterious Bookshop is accepting pre-orders on their website as of today for signed copies.
Great.
So the night of the signing, in addition to whatever I sign for people who are there that night, I'll be signing additional books that the Mysterious Bookshop will ship anywhere in the world. So if somebody not only wants the book but wants a signed edition of the book, if they go to mysteriousbookshop.com, as of today they can pre-order a signed copy from the Mysterious Bookshop, which I thought was kind of cool.
Wow, that is pretty cool, because my show is seen in over 21 countries here on listenvisionlive.com. So for those viewers who may be in Senegal or South Africa or France or Germany or Russia or the UK, go ahead and pre-order your books now. Go to themysteriousbookshop.com and you can get your pre-ordered copy, and Jeff will sign it and they will ship it to you after his launch, which is on December the 5th. December 5th, in New York City. Mysterious Bookshop is going to host Jeff Markowitz, who is, I count him as one of my friends now because he is so hilarious and such a great guy to work with, and all over social media. He has been all over social media promoting this new novel of his. And when I tell you that this book is a hoot and a holler, it is a hoot and a holler, people, because if you thought that you have ever had a bad day, you need to read this book, because this man in this book has had one hell of a day, and it just keeps getting worse and worse for him. So I want to thank you, Jeff, for joining me. And your label mate will be on in about another 10 minutes, Penny Clover Peterson. And like I said, where can people find you? I know you have a website, which is jeffmarkowitz.com, but where else
Yes.
can people find you if they want to look for you?
Okay. I also blog, and I blog on WordPress. My WordPress blog is jeffmarkowitz.wordpress.com.
And
People
you're
can
on
also-
and you're on Twitter.
I'm
but-
on Twitter, but not nearly as much as I should be, but I am getting better.
Okay.
And it's, I think my Twitter address is at JeffMarkowitz1.
Yes.
The
The number
somebody
one.
beat me to my name.
Yes.
Yes, the number one. And I'm also active on Facebook. I'm much more active on Facebook than I am on Twitter. And certainly anyone who wants to find me, I'd be thrilled to chat with them on Facebook. But the easiest place to find me on a regular, the easiest places are probably my blog and on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, and like I said, if you look for Jeff on Facebook, you will see the funniest things that he posts. He had posted this thing at Halloween. I was just cracking up every day I went on there just to see what it was. And he's on my page as well. So if you go to my Facebook page, which is B. Swain Webster on Facebook, you will see a link to his page as well. And you will see his Twitter handle, and you will see his book cover. And like I said, let's make sure that Jeff has a great first day on his book. It releases on December the 15th, but you can pre-order your copies now. You can get them signed and sent to you, and actually they will be sent to you before December 15th, so you'll be one of the first few to get it. And please, please, please make sure that once you read it, I know you will, post a review on Amazon, because this book is hysterical. And like I said, I think Jeff is really going to the mountains to research these books. I don't know what's going on up in the mountains, but I'm safe at home in DC, because you will never catch me in anything below 30 degrees. So you don't have to worry about luring me to the mountains, Jeff, because that ain't going to happen. Me and my boots, we staying right here in DC. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you stay tuned for your label mate Penny, which will be on in about 5 minutes.
Wonderful. That sounds great.
Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks. It was my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. Take care.
Bye-bye. So like I said, that was Jeff Markowitz, and he is on the label that I am also on, which is Intrigue Publishing. And his book, Death in White Diamonds, releases on December 15th. He will be doing a book signing December 5th at the Mysterious Bookshop in New York. It's going to be in Manhattan. So all the people in New York and the people in Manhattan, come on down to the Mysterious Bookshop on December 5th. You will be able to meet Jeff. I will be there looking fabulous in my boots, honey, and we will have us a rip-roaring good time that day. So I have a short commercial by Intrigue Publishing for my novel, actually, that we will play just before Penny comes on. Let Me Just Say This by B. Swain Webster is the fictional story of Cheryl and Kevin. To the outside world, they are living the American dream, but behind closed doors, it is anything but. Pick up your copy of one of 2014's top 50 must-reads and find out why she stayed. Available in bookstores, on all e-readers, and Amazon.com. Let Me Just Say This is an urban drama by B. Swain Webster. And as you heard, I am so excited to share the news. I don't know if you had heard that, but my novel has been chosen as one of the top 50 must-reads of 2014 by Cyrus Webb, who is a radio personality in Mississippi. Hold on real quick, because I think we have Penny Clover Peterson on the line with us.
Yes, Yes, you do.
Hi, Penny. Hold on real quick.
Okay.
So Cyrus reads hundreds and hundreds of books every year, and once a year he chooses novels that he feels need to be read. And my novel, let me just say this, was chosen by him as one of the top 50 must reads of 2014. So to say that I have been over the moon about this news since he posted it on Facebook yesterday is like nothing short. I'm surprised I'm sitting in this chair. I think I need weights to hold me down because I have been floating on cloud nine since I found this, and you have seen me tweeting about this, and my radio show has been tweeting about it. My interns and my assistants have been tweeting about it, and I'm so honored and so blessed that my book was chosen by Cyrus Webb. And if you go onto Facebook, his name is Cyrus Webb. He has a blog talk radio show. He has millions of listeners a week. He has the top people in the industry on his show. And he does a show every single day. So I just want to thank him for that honor. It has been such a pleasure working with him. And like I said, I'm over the moon. So make sure you go pick up a copy of my novel, Let Me Just Say This, and find out why Cheryl stayed when she could have left so many times ago. So now we have on the line Miss Penny Clover Peterson, and she is another one of my label mates. She's actually Jeff's label mate at Intrigue Publishing, and Penny is she is the most generous and most spirit-filled person I know. She is so funny and so laid back. I'm so glad she's on the show with me today. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm cold. I'm with you.
You know what? I'm cold too because, honey, let me tell you, if I could have been at home doing this show, I would have been doing a home in my pajamas. I wouldn't have had no fabulous boots on, but I would have had some cute little slippers on. So you are the author of one of my favorite cozy mysteries, Roses and Daisies and Death, Oh My, and Little Malcolm, the little dog, the sweetheart of a dog in the book is just priceless. So I always ask everyone to tell us 3 things about themselves that we will not find on your website. And I asked you this question at the conference. So what are 3 things that you can tell my listeners and my viewers about yourself that they won't see on your blog?
Well, first of all, again, I don't have a dog. I am not a dog owner. I'm proud of it. But I had many growing up, and Dear Little Malcolm was based on a combination of a few of our naughtier dogs.
Okay.
I am a wonderful cook,
Mm-hmm.
which, I have drinks recipes on my website, but no food recipes, but I do actually cook pretty well. And 3, I am absolutely undisciplined as a writer. I'm terrible at making myself do anything. So.
And you know what? It's funny because I think all writers are undisciplined. I think it just comes down to having a deadline that makes us sit down in a chair and actually do it, because we will find everything not to do. Now, I can go and I can start some little home crafts and some hobbies, and I can get a glass of wine, and then, after I figure out, well, I'm drinking wine, there's no sense in writing right now because I might be a little tipsy. So
absolutely.
So your book is about 2 sisters. Now, I know you. So is this a combination of you and your sisters?
Yes, I have 4 sisters and a sister-in-law, and we're all very close. And so, yeah, the 2 sisters are a combination of all of us, I think, and a lot of me and a lot of my closest sister, Chris, are there.
Yeah. And I know
but it's
that
a combination.
Yeah, and I know that Angela, who is the sister's mother in the book, was a combination of your mother-in-laws. And I think that it was so refreshing to hear that you loved your mother-in-law so much that you wanted to create a character around them. I think that's the biggest compliment that you can give a person.
I have been so lucky in my life. My mother was such a wonderful woman and so funny and so smart. And then I married my husband, and his mother is so loving and so intelligent. And then my best friend's mother, who I was close to all my life, was the same. She was just a quirky, funny, wonderful woman. Mm-hmm. So I was surrounded by three absolutely fabulous women, and Angela was the result of that. She is a little over the top, mm-hmm. but based on just three wonderful women in my life, which I've been just so lucky to have.
And so you always say that it took you a very long time to write this book, and I think the reason most writers write a book is because they've read other books and they think they can do better. But you actually was challenged by someone to write a book.
I was. My husband had retired, and I was working, part-time, not doing much. We were getting up there, and I was reading a lot of cozy mysteries, and I wasn't finding many good ones, and I complained, and he said, you know what, I bet you could write one. I think you should try. So that's how it started. It was just really a dare from him, kind of to see if I could write a book, and I didn't really think much about how it would turn out, or even if it would turn out. And then I was writing it. It became lots of fun to do, and it started reading well.
Okay.
So,
now, did he read it while you were working on this novel? Did he read it and say, you should add more of this or take some of this out? Was he your biggest beta reader?
No. He does not read it until it's finished. Mm-hmm. And he never according to my husband, about anything I do is pretty wonderful. So he's not the person to go to ask for criticism.
Yeah, because he still wants you to cook for him. That's why.
Right. I think that's it.
Yeah. But he is very supportive. I met your husband. He's a very supportive person. And would you say that that's a big plus in being an author?
Oh, Lord, yes. Yeah, I can't imagine, I can't imagine anyway. I can't imagine how Jeff does it. I can't imagine how he gets up in the morning and writes and then goes to work all day. I'm very lucky to have a husband who is very supportive, and if I can't get something done, he'll pick up the slack for me. Mm-hmm. He is. I don't know how a writer does it without someone in their life who will kind of either encourage them to do it or pick up the slack when somebody else is getting left off because you're doing it.
Now, has he given you story ideas? I know you're working on your second novel. Does he give you story ideas?
No. He stays out of that entirely. And actually, I'm working on my third novel. My second novel comes out in April.
Yes, I forgot all about that.
Yeah,
So the title of your second novel is?
Roses Are Dead, My Love.
Okay. And so you said you're working on a third novel. Now, is that novel still in the Roses and Daisies series?
Yes. It'll be the third in the series.
Okay. And so can you tell us a little bit, without giving the second novel away, can you tell us a little bit on what is going on in the second novel?
Yeah. Again, Daisy and Rose live in a small antiques community, and they have a little gift shop there, and they've noticed suddenly that many of their friends are quite upset. They walk in, they're crying, they won't talk about it. No, something is definitely going on, and they get a blackmail payment in the mail, not to them, incorrectly addressed, and they get this, and they realize someone is being blackmailed in Old Town, and it all sort of revolves around a Mickey Mantle autographed baseball card from the time he hit the tape measure home run out of Griffith Stadium downtown.
Okay.
So that's where that one goes.
So now, how do you come up with your stories? Is it something that you thought about, like for the Mickey Mantle storyline? How did that come up for you? How did you decide that you wanted to write on that?
The blackmail, I had always been, the key with blackmail, I always thought when you watch a show or read a book, it's how you get the payment without letting the person know who you are.
Uh-huh.
And so I always toyed with that in my head, and I thought that would be fun to try and figure out if I could do it. And I always thought maybe through the mail somehow, so I put that in. And actually, the Mickey Mantle card came about because I was on eBay one day looking through stuff and saw this Mickey Mantle card that's worth $250,000. So
Wow.
I said,
Did you buy it?
well,
Did-
that would be a...
Were you going to put a bid on that there, a penny?
So that's how that came about.
Okay. So when you decide to write, do you write, are you a pantser? Do you just sit down and start writing, or do you have to outline? How do you go about your whole process?
I get about the first 3 chapters right. I generally have something in my head to start the book, and I know what I want it to be about. I get about 3 chapters written and realize that if I don't write an outline pretty soon, it may go. Who knows where it's going to go?
Okay.
So at that point, I write a general outline, and I know who did it. I know what book I've done, who did it, and who the characters are, and then it's pretty much seat of my pants from then on.
So you initially just start out writing, and then it is not until you get 3 chapters done that you do an outline. So is the outline based off of what you've already put down, or is it based off how you want it to finish?
Both. It's. I want to keep going. If it's something that Daisy and Rose are pretty funny ladies, and I like to keep that. So I can, if I get them rolling on a topic, I like to keep that going. But I know how I want it to finish. So you just kind of, have to make sure that snowball rolls in the right direction.
Okay, and that's a great tip. You got to make sure the snowball rolls in the right direction. So if you are not writing, what is it that you're doing with your time? What is it that you like to do?
Gee. I do like to cook.
Mm-hmm.
In the summer, I pretend I garden. I'm not very good at it.
Oh, you pretend? How do you pretend to garden?
Well, I put them all in the spring.
Okay.
And then I pull out the dead ones as we go along.
Okay.
That's about that.
That's pretending, I guess.
But mostly I like, I do refurbish some old furniture. I am a docent at Riversdale Mansion in Riverdale, Maryland. Which,
Okay.
I love historic homes, and that's just fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly I like to spend time with my kids and my grandchildren. So.
Yeah, and so it seems like you're living a very full life, and on top of it, you have some great cozy mysteries. And where can people find you now? I know your novel is available on all e-readers and is on Amazon.com, is in Barnes and Nobles. So where else can they find you online?
I'm at my website and my blog, or both. The blog is on my website. It's at pennypeterson with 3 E's.com. And I am on Facebook at Penny Clover Peterson. And I'd love to hear from anyone who would like to get in touch with me. On my website is all the information. My email and everything is on there.
Yeah. So, people, if you really want to give, and I am an advocate of giving books for the holidays, and the holidays are upon us. Do you have any big plans for Thanksgiving?
We are having Thanksgiving dinner here,
Uh-huh.
and we are meeting my son's girlfriend's family for the first time. So this is going to be exciting.
That should be very exciting.
Yeah.
So a guesstimate, how many people are you expecting to have over?
I think we'll have 12 this year.
Okay, so she's going to come in, and her parents are her parents coming as well?
Her parents and her sister and her boyfriend.
Oh wow! Okay, so they're gonna meet the whole family. So
Yeah. We'll see if she goes running for the hills afterwards.
Yeah, and and just make sure that they know that you are an author, and you get those books laying around the house so that they can just peruse through them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and just let her know you're nothing like Angela. So if you want to give the perfect stocking stuffer this year, like if you're Santa, you're Mrs. Claus, and you want to give the perfect stocking stuffer, what would you give? What would you recommend giving?
I would recommend a really good Christmas cozy,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah, right.
Roses and daisies and death, oh my.
There it is. Now, see, is that not the best commercial ever? Unprompted, too. So, yes, if you want to give a great Christmas stocking stuffer, I say any book is a good Christmas gift, but you need to pick up this little book because the dog and Angela are just two hysterical characters that is in this novel. And the novel is called Roses and Daisies and Death, Oh My. And it is a cozy mystery. So if those people on your list don't like to see a lot of blood, guts, and gore, then pick up this novel for them because it's lighthearted and it is, it's almost like reading your auntie or your grandmother's story. It just keeps you, and there is a Thanksgiving scene in the novel, correct?
Yes, it's Thanksgiving and Christmas in the novel. So,
yes, and we all know we have those moments at Thanksgiving, so you need to pick up this novel so you can see what happens at this Thanksgiving. I know it's not going to happen at your house because you don't have a dog. So
that's right. And maybe the reason I don't. But I do have a Cosmo, so...
Yeah, because let me just tell you, if the dog did that to me on Thanksgiving, oh, yeah, I wouldn't have a dog either. But, Mocha, I do have a dog right now. So I don't know. This will be his first Thanksgiving. So it is yet to be seen what foolishness he's going to do at Thanksgiving. So I don't really know. Mocha looks a little bit like Malcolm on the cover because when I don't get him groomed, oh, my goodness, I can't tell whether he's a little homeless dog or not because his hair is all over the place. I didn't even realize he had that much hair. I shaved him off. I was going to groom him a little bit before I took him to the groomers, and I shaved his hair, and I was like, wow, I'm shaving him, but it didn't seem like his hair was going anywhere. So I was like, I gave up. I just took him to the groomer. I handed him over. I was like, here you go. And underneath all of that hair, there's a dog in there somewhere. And when I went to go pick him up, I didn't even recognize him because all his hair was gone. So, well, thank you for joining me today. And like we said, you can find Penny Clover Peterson. It is Peterson, Petersen, not S-O-N, not the rookie mistake I kept making when I first met her. So it's spelled with an E and not an O. She's on Facebook. She has her own blog. And if you want some great drink recipes, people, and it's getting cold, are you going to put up some hot toddy recipes?
I will. Yes, you know what? I don't have one on there, but I will post one. I've got a good one.
Yeah, see, get that posted today. So by the time I get home, I can go ahead and make me up one. Just long it ain't too complicated. So thank you for talking to me today. Thank you for being on the show. And I will look forward to seeing you soon, in our travels, wherever we're going to go.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So, as I said, her novel is Roses and Daisies and Death, Oh My. It is a cozy mystery. Cozy mystery means you find the body, but you do not see the blood, guts, and gore. So, and this is a great read for like teenagers. Teenagers would get a kick out of this book. I would say probably 9th grade. If you have those teenagers on your list that like to read, get them into reading. Get them into reading something that is not a comic book. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but get them into the habit of reading a good book, because nothing is better on a cold winter's night than snuggling up with a good book. Now, okay, I see all y'all shaking your head. I know what day it is, so I know y'all all snuggled up with your buns right now. But after, when they get up and have to go to the shower or going to make dinner, grab a good book. You can stay in the bed, just read a good book while you're laying there, while you're waiting for something else to happen. My ghost intern came today, all bundled up, like looking like a little mini snowman, snow girl, I guess. Oh, she got a hair. Wait a minute, is that a hat? You blowed your hair out? Oh, okay. Oh, your hair. Oh, see. Okay, see, I'm sorry, people. I hadn't seen her in like a couple weeks, so she was looking a little different. She looks a little grown up because maybe she decided to do that because everybody keeps saying, oh, isn't she cute? She's just such a cute little thing, but she's just as cute as a pie. So big plans for Thanksgiving? No big plans. You're staying home, not traveling. You're traveling. Where's traveling to? Philadelphia. Well, have at it, child, because I know it's cold up there. Did they get snow yet? No, okay, no snow. See, let me tell you something, people. This is as cold as I can take it. Now, I'm not even going to tell you, when it goes below 60 degrees, out comes the hat, the gloves, and the scarves. You are lucky you can even see me right now, because normally when I'm at work, the building is so cold that I work at that I sit with my coat on all day. And let me just tell you, I'm pretty cute during the day with what I have on, but as long as you can see the shoes, I really don't care. So most of the time, I have on my long wool Anne Klein coat. Now, let me just tell you something. This is not a commercial for Anne Klein by any means, but I got this coat for Christmas last year. This is my most favorite coat ever for the winter, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because most coats, they're real heavy. Like a wool coat is real heavy. This one is not. This one, even though it has a lining in it, when I put it on, I was just like, oh my God, it's gonna be so heavy on me, and I hate anything on my shoulders. But when I put this coat on, it is so light that sometimes I forget I have it on. So by the time I get home, I walk around in my coat for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I ain't taking my coat off yet. So then I gotta take my coat off and go through the whole shebang. That's probably why the dog is confused when I go home, because he knows coat on means he gets to go outside. So for 20 minutes, he's following me around like we're gonna go outside. And I keep looking at him saying, go sit down, we're not going anywhere. And then he gives me this look like, what do you mean? Not going anywhere. You got your coat on. So then that's when I remember that I had my coat on. So if you look, fellas, listen here, fellas, I'm giving you a Christmas tip. If your lady is into coats, get her an Anne Klein wool coat for Christmas. Full length. Get her the full length one so that when she puts on her dresses and her skirts, yes, we still wear those in the wintertime, fellas, and she has on her cute little boots, it will cover all of her legs and meet her boots. So you want it to be boot length so that it'll come to the top of her boots. Don't buy us a short coat for winter. That does nothing for us. I guess that would be my soapbox moment. Don't buy me a short coat for winter. I need a long coat because, yes, the top may stay warm, but the lower half, that will get cold, and that's not a pretty sight. I'm just not going to be cold. And once I'm cold, there's nothing happening, even on hump day, okay? Let's be clear about that. So I need to tell you all about the weekend that I had. I had the most enjoyable weekend ever. I went to a party, and these were with people that I had, really only met online. And when I tell you that we had the most incredible time ever. It was like we all came together and we had such a phenomenal time. We laughed, we joked, we played games, we had dialogue, and that is what is so great about being on WLVS on Wednesdays, on hump days. Because let me tell you, in the evenings, when I kick off hump day starts when you get home, people. It should have started first thing in the morning. That's what I'm just going to say about that subject. So if it didn't start early this morning, start sending those little love texts right now. Get him and or her in the mood right now. It don't have to be graphic. Just say, hey, I thinking about you, can't wait to see you. Give them a hug, give them a kiss, whatever. And come on home, and that's why I start you off at 4 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, Kay Lowry Moore comes on, and she talks about conversations and confessions. And if y'all have not tuned in to Listen Vision Live at 9 o'clock on Wednesday, y'all missing out, because the conversations and the confessions that them people be calling in with, honey, let me tell you, woo, I'm glad that I haven't called in yet. Now, I might call in one day when she hit a topic that I might know something about, but you won't know because I'm not going to use my real name, just putting that out there, and I might have to have like an auto-tunes or something on my voice. But she does that at 9 o'clock. And then at 10, let me tell you, y'all don't want to miss the show at 10 o'clock tonight on Listen Vision Live. Sanjo and Mutariq they're going through their novel, I Now Pronounce You Single and Happy. They were on the show with me last week. When I tell you that the show tonight, you want to listen to this show, is going to be a two-parter. The first part airs tonight. It's going to be all about sex, people. You heard me, sex. And what better day to talk about sex than on hump day? So before you get your hump day going, going, stop for a second. Tune in to Listen Vision Live at 10 o'clock to the I Now Pronounce You Single and Happy show, the anti-dating show, because this is not about, we're off dating and what. No, that's not what the show is about. It's about being single and being happy in your singleness. Okay, so at 10 o'clock, you need to tune in for Sanjo and Mutariq. So let me just tell you, my day today was so phenomenal. It started yesterday when I got the news that I was in the top 50 of must-reads for 2014. But then today, I was at the Microsoft office up in Chevy Chase. And when I tell you that the meetings that I had and the networking that took place was phenomenal. I don't know why I don't see many more authors or many more people out there doing whatever they want, doing what needs to be done in order to push your business forward. You need to be just like everyone else. If you have a business and you are not doing anything for that business, if you're sitting at home and you're not going out and making those connections, you are doing yourself a big disservice. I met some phenomenal women today at the Microsoft offices, and matter of fact, I will be having lunch with one of those ladies in the coming week. And 4 of these young ladies, we're all going to get together. We're going to discuss what we're doing in our entrepreneurship. And yes, authors, you are an entrepreneur. If you have written a book and if you self-publish or with an indie publisher, you are an entrepreneur. So treat it like you are. You need to be going to these conferences and these networking events. I went to this Microsoft event because I got an email because I had taken a class, and they invited me to this networking event. And when I tell you that I learned so much today, I got connected to the Small Business Association here in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and made some great contacts. And I'll be speaking at a few of their meetings coming soon, because you know me, if you don't know me, you probably know me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, because I'm all over social media. And so while I was in the meeting, I was doing that, taking selfies and all that, and they noticed it. And after the meeting, they asked if I could come and speak to them offline. And when I did, it was just phenomenal. It was like these doors have been opening up for me, and I can say nothing but thank you, because I know that for all the haters that I have, and for all the family members, and for all the friends and all the enemies that did not want to see me being here, well, you know what? I'm still here regardless on what you say, regardless on what you do, regardless of what you say. I'm still going to do what I am put here to do, because I understand that what's for me is for me, and that's how I'm living it. And that's why I can honestly say, and that's why my theme song is Chuck Brown. It was no better song for me than A Beautiful Life, because I know that that's what I'm living. I have people in my corner that roots for me all the time, these people that's sending me flowers, and the people that's giving me advice, and even the people on my regular job. And let me just talk about my regular job for a moment. The people on my regular job, some of them wish me well. The other of them, they really don't care, and they trying to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Well, you don't really need to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. You're doing what you're doing because that's what you want to do. I am doing what I want to do because this is what I want to do. You talking about it and talking about me is not going to stop it. That's not going to stop me from doing what I feel I need to do. And for me, having a radio show, being seen in over 21 countries, that's what I am put here to do. So whatever your purpose is, that is what you need to be doing. So now that I'm off my soapbox, I guess that was my second soapbox moment of the day. Next week is Thanksgiving, people. We're going to have us a nice little small Thanksgiving meal next week. We're going to have another author in the studio with us, and it's just going to be a show on what we are thankful for. So tonight, what I want you all to do is I want you to follow me on Twitter at WeBeSwangin'. Tell me what I need to be watching. Tell me if I need to watch this Aaliyah movie or if it's just a waste of my time. Like I said, it's 50-50 for me right now. And I don't watch much television. So if I just need to forego the movie, get me a glass of wine and start doing a little bit of writing, let me know that. But either way, I need to hear from you. So like I say every week, the hour flies by and I can't even believe that it's over already. But I want to thank Eric, my board operator, and I'm hoping that he's getting ready for the holiday. You getting ready for the holidays, Eric? Yeah, so I love Christmas. And if anybody knows me, I am a Christmas Village fool. I have a mammoth Christmas village. It takes up the entire living room. Well, my daughter has now gotten into the habit. She's just started her own Christmas village, and I think she's issued a challenge. So now I got to beef up my Christmas village. So I have a few surprises, but let me just say this. I have a full Texas town going up this year. Okay? To be clear, the entire Dallas Cowboy facility will be in my Christmas village this year, and I will have pictures right after Thanksgiving because that's when it goes up. It takes me 4 days to put it up, so hopefully by the time the show comes on in December, I will have it all up and ready to show you. But until next week, people, Paula, I will see you in about a week. We will toast up my top 50 read book. Let me just say this. We're going to toast it up in New York City and Manhattan on December the 5th with Jeff Markowitz. And until I see you all again, for my intern and for Eric, I'm living a beautiful life. I hope you are too, and I will see you next week.
What a beautiful life.
All that I've got is all that I need. I got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life.
We got
Beautiful life.
I got
What a beautiful life.
beautiful life.
Listen, I woke up this morning, y'all. The sun was shining oh so brightly. I thought about how good this life is. Back in the day, it wasn't always like this. I think about the things we done been through. I think about the place that I come from. It wasn't always easy, so every day I'm thanking God for the beautiful people everywhere I go. I just need to see your smiling faces at my show. And when you're feeling real love from the family, every day is a gift, y'all, that's all I need.
What a beautiful life.
All that I've got is all that I need. I got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life.
We got
Beautiful life.
I got
What a beautiful life.
beautiful life.
Happiness, you know, it feels real good, y'all. For us to get it, then we gotta work hard, y'all. Every day.